Coming to paperback and e-readers from the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women are becoming lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Pre-order your copy of The Woman Crisis on Amazon.com today. A Chinese man who was accused of brutally executing an entire family outside of Houston in 2014 was arrested last week when he stepped off a plane from China that landed in San Francisco. Now, in this incident, your 58-year-old Fang Liu is now facing murder charges for allegedly murdering his boss's family, the Sun family, which was a father, Mayo Sun, the wife, Mexi, who was 49 years old, Timothy, who was 9 years old, and Titus, who was 7 years old. All four members of this family were found dead in separate bedrooms with bullet holes in their head on January 30th of 2014. Now, your Liu is alleged to be the suspect as related to these murders because he was angry at the Mayo son, who was his boss, because he believed he did not recommend him for a promotion. Now, the police see this as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of the behavior of your Fang Liu's alleged actions, they fit right in line with the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And it's clear to me that your Fang Liu possibly was a man in crisis for an extended period of time, and he was possibly one of these beta male ticking time bombs, because when it comes down to the beta male, if their world does not work the way that they want, they look to destroy everything in that world and everyone in that world. Now, your Fang Liu basically had built a world around his boss, Mayo Sun, and as he built this world around his boss, he created a rose-colored reality which was based on a covert contract. Now, your Fang Liu, when he was working at this job in Houston, he had created a covert contract with your Mayo Sun, where he believed that if he went out here and tried to pander to him, he would eventually get this promotion, and this promotion would be the thing that would lead to him having a better life in America. However, your Mayo Sun, allegedly, according to Fang Liu, didn't give him the recommendation for the promotion, and when he found himself not possibly getting this recommendation for the promotion, what happened was his rose-colored reality wound up shattering, and as he had to deal with reality, he wound up simmering and boiling in anger, and that anger led to him exploding in a rage, and as he exploded in that rage, he participated in one of the most extreme acts of violence in an effort to get revenge on the man who he believed destroyed his life in America, and he believed since he could not have his life in America, he decided to destroy the life of his boss, Mayo Sun, by killing him and allegedly killing his entire family. This is what beta males do when they don't feel like they are getting what they want. These men will go out here and look to destroy the person who they believe destroyed their world. And what happens with these beta males is because they fixate on one individual, they get in their feelings and want to hurt that individual. And that's what this man wanted to do. He wanted to hurt this man because he believed this man basically destroyed his life. And in an effort to possibly get revenge on this man, he decided to destroy his family, and he decided to destroy everything that he had because he felt his opportunity was going to be destroyed as related to his career. Now, your Liu believed that allegedly that he had been denied this opportunity at a promotion, and he wanted and been denied an opportunity to transfer to another job, and he believed that this man possibly said something derogatory to him, and he believed that this is the reason why he did not get the promotion. However, his actions basically proved that this man was not management material because he showed that he could not navigate through his emotions, and as he simmered and boiled in anger, he reacted with malice of forethought by allegedly taking the lives of this man and his entire family, showing us that this man was not really fit for a leadership position, and that's something that was shown here by this man's actions. Now, his actions after the murder was another textbook case of beta male behavior, because after your beta male goes out here and allegedly participates in violence, what they want to do is lie, deny, and then go out here and leave the area because they want to go back to living in a smooth world. So after getting even with his alleged enemies at this company, your Lou allegedly wanted to go back to having a smooth world, so he left Houston and went to China and was in China for over 8 years, living his life like absolutely nothing happened. Meanwhile, investigators were looking for evidence as related to this case, and they allegedly found some DNA from him on a Coach bag, and they had thought that the case was absolutely lost since this man was in China, and they thought basically this man, they would never be able to go out here and get justice as related to this case because he had already left the country. Now, they had issued a warrant as related to him, but there was no way they thought they could ever go out here and serve that warrant. However, this man did what many beta males did. They went out here, and after they thought their world was perfectly smooth, what they did was think they could go back to the country that they originally participated in the crime. So this guy thought nobody's going to be looking for me. However, once he left China and came back to America, he basically tripped up his own case and wound up getting arrested and charged with the capital murders of the entire Sun family. And as your Lou will wind up being prosecuted for these murders, he faces the possibility of life in prison, and his world will not be smooth as he enters into the U.S. criminal justice system. And in that criminal justice system, he is going to have to go and deal with Bubba and Tiny, and Bubba and Tiny will be trading your Fang Lou for your ramen noodles, Little Debbie snack cakes, 6-pack Oreo cookies, Kit Kat candy bars, packets of Crystal Light, and he will be traded by Bubba and Tiny and having that booty served up for some hot and sour ramen noodles. And again, this is the final fate of a beta male who goes out here and gets frustrated and angry about a boss not recommending him for a job, not understanding that America is the land of opportunity if you understand the value of your own freedom. Now, your Lou didn't really understand the value of his own freedom, and he didn't understand the opportunity that was given to him. And like most beta males, they try to play by the book, not understanding that there is no book that you need to play, because going by the book isn't God's way. Now, this guy he was frustrated because he was again trying to follow the traditional Chinese rules, which meant that you pandered to a boss. But in America, you don't need to pander to bosses to gain their favor, and you really don't need to worry about a promotion. If you've got your skills, you can take those skills to another company, and you can take those skills to another organization and go get yourself a better job. Unfortunately, your Lou, like most beta males, want to play by these unwritten social rules and these written social rules, trying to get favor from others, not understanding when you're trying to pander to others, you're coming from a position of weakness, and when you come from a position of weakness, you wind up giving your power to somebody else, and when you give your power to somebody else, you don't wind up in a positive situation, because all of his pandering for that job and that promotion led to him basically going nowhere, because he wasn't taking the lead in his own life. And had he took the lead in his own life, he would not be a man who was in crisis, who's been on the run for 8 years in China, and now was run right into the U.S. criminal justice system, and now has gone from being a free man to being a man who is going to be turned out by Bubba and Tiny inside of the U.S. penitentiary. And this case just shows us how the man crisis is international, and how the dysfunctional way a boy is raised leads to him becoming a dysfunctional man, and how that dysfunctional man is not able to go out here and build a life, because he will wind up destroying things, because he winds up trying to give power to others, hoping that they will fulfill the covert contract and promote them to another level. No, the way you get to another level is by going out here and putting in the work and not worrying about what somebody else thinks of you, because if you go out here and look to give other people power, they're not going to act in your best interest. And that's what happened here with Fang Lu. He invested in his other people, gave them power over him, and they didn't give him recommendations for promotions. They didn't give him what he thought he wanted, and when he didn't get what he wanted, he again exploded in rage, looked to destroy the people's lives, and then wanted to run away to China. And then when he had to come back to America, he finally had to face the consequences for his actions, and now his whole life is going to be destroyed, because if they have enough evidence on him, he is going to do life in prison for the 4 lives he destroyed. But he didn't again need to destroy any of those lives, because had he gone out here and realized, I'm in America, I'm in the land of opportunity, I can take this opportunity to go find another job, that would have been the way to solve his problem. But beta males don't know how to problem solve. They don't know how to walk away from a toxic job or bosses or a place that don't respect them. They don't know the way you take your respect is having the power to walk away and walk to another organization and look for a better opportunity. No, they invest in the job and they give the corporate bosses power, and the whole thing is they wind up losing at the end of the day because they feel powerless. And when they feel powerless, they believe the only way to get their power back is by destroying the lives of the boss, instead of saying, look, I'll just go get myself another job, I'll go for work at another place, and I'll go find and build a career with somebody else who will appreciate my work and value my work and value me as a person. But that all again comes from the low self-esteem of the beta male, who has been taught to seek validation and approval from others. And when they seek validation and approval from others, what happens is they go from men who have a successful career to becoming a man in crisis, like your Fang Lu wound up becoming. And when they become men in crisis, they wind up participating in destructive behaviors that wind up doing damage to them. Now, if you want to learn more about the destructive behaviors of beta males and how this parrot leads to them putting themselves in situations like this, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis on Smashwords, the iBook store, and Google Play. And if you want to learn how to avoid workplace situations like this, you can also pick up my book, Stop Simping in the Workplace, on Amazon.com and other online booksellers. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and Kindle, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Learn how to avoid predatory females like Instagram models and e-girls in their virtual con games with Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Get your copy of Stop Simping in Cyberspace in paperback and Kindle today.